All this young boy wanted was to live a normal life, but he was born to guard the world's most precious treasure. For this purpose, he has to sacrifice his career, family, and even his life. Tom is a 15-year-old boy who often gets bullied at his school because of his unusual house. It is all covered in magic charms and incense by Tom's grandma, Mei Ling. Tom tries to ignore the bullies, but they start calling his grandma a crazy witch. Tom can't hear anything against his grandma and starts fighting the bully. In anger, he pushes the other boy, but something magical happens, and the boy sticks to the ceiling. Tom himself gets shocked at his sudden boost of power and hides in the restroom. After school, when he gets ready to walk home, a new transfer student named Rav greets him. She saw what Tom did to the bully and wants to know more about him. While walking home, they share their life stories with each other. Rav is an orphan who just got in a new foster home, but this is the best one so far. Tom has also lost his parents, but luckily he has a loving grandma who took him in. However, his grandma is really religious and traditional, and she has covered the house with charms to keep the bad spirits away. Tom has grown up listening to the stories of warding off evil spirits, but he thinks that all these stories are made up and old people are habitual of telling crazy stories. Despite this, she is still really cool. Rav agrees and shows her desire to meet Mei Ling. Once they reach Tom's neighborhood, he warns Rav to reconsider her choice. She may not be able to unsee the house. After seeing the house, Rav finally realizes why everyone at school talks about this house. It literally looks like a temple. Tom says that people often mistake it as a temple and leave fruits at the doorstep. It's awkward but beneficial at the same time. Mei Ling says hello to them and invites Rav inside, but she saves that for the next time. Tom gets a little upset and assumes that Rav also finds the house weird because of the silly charms. Mei Ling gets offended to hear that and asks Tom to be respectful. Though he doesn't understand the meaning of them, he should at least try to accept their importance. Suddenly, Mei Ling notices the wounds on Tom's and realizes that he fought with the bullies again. She advises him to use his mind and heart instead of his muscles. The bully at school may need compassion, as he himself was probably hurt at some point in his life. Mei Ling also mentions her respectful ancestors who believed in using the power of love. Tom's lineage connects to thousands of generations, but instead of being proud of it, he just wants to be a regular kid. Mei Ling is frustrated by telling him the same thing every day, so she decides to finally tell the whole truth. Before starting a serious conversation, Mei Ling asks Tom to put back the protective charms on the house. When Tom is doing that, a handsome man appears behind him and says that the charms should be put up in a specific manner. He introduces himself as Mr. Hu, an old friend of Mei Ling. Mr. Hu sniffs Tom and then tells Mei Ling that he picked up the scent of fa shu on the boy. It is the sign of developing powers in him. In such a case, removing the protective charms can cause a lot of trouble. Tom is quietly listening to this conversation, as he has no idea what Mr. Hu and Mei Ling are talking about. He gets more confused when Mr. Hu says that he is not an ordinary guy, but a warrior of the circle of 12 zodiacs who sworn to protect the guardian of the phoenix. Before Mei Ling can explain everything to his grandson, an earthquake hits. It's the arrival of an evil sorceress named Lady Lu. Mei Ling pulls out her stone necklace and gives it to Tom. She tells Mr. Hu to take away Tom while she handles Lu. The sorceress sends several evil spirits called Yao Guai after Tom and faces Mei Ling herself. After getting a little far, Mr. Hu turns into a tiger and starts fighting with the spirits. Tom doesn't know what's happening and keeps jumping here and there. Mr. Hu returns to help Mei Ling, but it's too late. Mei Ling sacrifices herself to kill Lu by using an explosion spell. The sky opens and the ghost cart descends to carry the soul of Mei Ling, as she was from the noble family of Phoenix Guardians. The house is destroyed, so Mr. Hu takes away Tom. They reach a small antique shop where Mr. Hu lives. He has been keeping an eye on Tom and Mei Ling for a long time to guard them from Lu. Long ago, the goddess Nukua used the Phoenix necklace to create humanity. Since then, dark forces are trying to capture the Phoenix, and guardians like Mei Ling are responsible for protecting it, and the Zodiac warriors like Mr. Hu protect the guardians. After Mei Ling's death, Tom has become the next guardian. Tom refuses to accept this all. He wants to continue his normal life and heads to the gate, but he can't escape as Mr. Hu has put an exit spell. Mei Ling has put Tom in Mr. Hu's care, and that makes him the tiger's apprentice. He has a spare room upstairs and advises Tom to rest. As soon as he goes to sleep, Tom meets goddess Nukua in his dream. She tells him that from now on, he will be living in two worlds, the mortal world and the world of magic. Tom wakes up immediately and gets downstairs to check on Mr. Hu. They pray for the soul of Mei Ling and regret not being able to save her in time. The next day, Mr. Hu wakes up Tom early in the morning to train him to become a real guardian of the Phoenix. He takes him to a training zone and asks Tom to hit him as much as he can. Tom is definitely not trained enough to fight, but the thing Mr. Hu points out is that not even for one time, Tom checked on his necklace. While fighting, his first priority must be protecting the Phoenix necklace. They get back to training, but a naughty rat starts disturbing them. This is not an ordinary rat, but one of the 12 zodiacs who are responsible for protecting the guardian of Phoenix. He has brought some shocking news. The rat is habitual of stealing and often wanders in weird places. Last night he was looking in trash near an abandoned building when he saw the evil sorceress Lu. She survived the explosion and will definitely come back to steal the Phoenix. Tom immediately wants to go after her, but Mr. Hu explains that it's not so easy to defeat Lu. She is as powerful as a guardian and has access to the darkest magic. The rat suggests they should gather all the 12 zodiacs and attack Lu. He also secretly gives Tom the Ming Dynasty sword. Afterward, they head to the hidden Temple of the 12, but on their way, they get attacked by Yaoguai spirits. There are too many of them, and Mr. Hu can't handle them alone. Luckily, Mistral, the dragon zodiac, arrives to save them. She is really powerful and can also fly. After defeating the spirits, she introduces herself to Tom. She also knows the right way to the temple, and it is hidden inside a small restaurant owned by a grumpy old lady. She takes them to the kitchen and chants a spell on the freezer door. Magically, it takes them to the Temple of the 12. The rat jumps forward and introduces all the 12 zodiac warriors. However, there are only 4 of them in the temple: Rooster, Monkey, Goat, and Rabbit, while the remaining 5 are captured by the evil sorceress. Mr. Hu prefers working alone and starts arguing with the other warriors. Monkey uses his power to shrink Mr. Hu and Rooster, which fuels the argument even more. Tom can't stand this as he wants to avenge his grandma's death as soon as possible. When the warriors are busy arguing, Tom sneaks out of the temple along with the Ming Dynasty sword. He goes to the abandoned mansion where Lu was spotted. As soon as he enters the mansion, it takes him to a royal interior. The warriors follow him too, but can't find the right way as the mansion is full of illusions like weird mirrors, never-ending corridors, and confusing stairs. Tom eventually reaches where he started, but Rav appears there out of nowhere. She claims to live in this mansion along with her foster mother. Little did she know, her foster mother was actually Lu. The evil sorceress forces Rav to snatch the Phoenix necklace. But clever Tom didn't bring the necklace with him. Lu gets angry and threatens him to tell the location. Meanwhile, a creepy dark umbrella secretly flies after the warriors and captures 3 of them. The remaining ones rush to help Tom. Seeing so many of them, Lu escapes the castle but uses a dark spell to fill the castle with water. The rat finds an escape, but only he can fit through it. The monkey uses his special power to shrink everyone, and they escape through the drain pipe. They return to the restaurant and grabs the Phoenix necklace Tom hid in the cookie jar. After the tiring day, they sit down to eat something and plan their next move. If Lu succeeds in getting the Phoenix, she will unleash its power on Lunar Year and use it to destroy all humanity. Hearing this, Tom has finally accepted his fate and asks Mr. Hu to teach him everything he needs to know to become a guardian. Mistral takes them to a virtual garden where Tom learns different aspects of being a guardian. First of all, he needs to connect with the Phoenix trapped in the necklace. Beside that, he must learn how to collect his chi lines. They are like strings on magical energy that can be used to carry huge objects without even touching them. Tom keeps leading for days, but neither he succeeds in seeing the Phoenix nor controlling the chi. Mr. Hu gets angry and scolds Tom for not concentrating enough. All the stories Mei Ling told him were meant to teach him, but he never paid attention. Tom takes a break as he feels that Mr. Hu hates him. Hearing this, Mistral tells Tom about an event that took place 15 years ago when Tom was just a baby. He was traveling with Mei Ling when Lu attacked them to take the Phoenix. Hu sacrificed himself to protect Tom. The ghost cart arrived to take him, but Mei Ling gave a part of her own soul to save Hu. That's why he loves Tom as much as Mei Ling did but can't express it. Afterward, Mistral also goes to talk to Hu and advises him to be more polite to the kid. He should stop pushing away Tom just like he pushed away all of the loved ones. Tom didn't know a thing about the Phoenix history and was given such a big responsibility. While they are discussing how to handle this matter, Tom goes back to his old house to feel the memories left behind. Suddenly, He sees Mei Ling. Tom can't believe his grandma is alive and rushes to hug her. She asks for the necklace, and Tom immediately gives it back. Unfortunately, it is just Lady Lu in disguise. Tom returns to the temple and confesses that he failed to protect the phoenix. Everyone worked so hard to protect him, but he took down all the protective charms and attracted the dark spirits. Tom blames himself for his grandma's death, and now the whole of humanity will be killed because of him. Mr. Hu feels sorry for the kid and apologizes for not being the best teacher. But now he has realized that Tom doesn't need any training. The skills to guard humanity are in his bloodline. All he needs is to never give up. Tom agrees and gathers the warriors to stop Lu. Tom closes his eyes to connect with the phoenix, and it helps him to locate where Lu is. She is waiting for the sunset to unleash the power of the necklace. The Zodiac warriors fight with the evil spirits while Tom rushes to stop Lu. She starts to degrade him and tells him that she never bothered to kill him as he was never a threat. She believes that Tom is nothing more than an ordinary kid. Tom gets triggered and finally unleashes his guardian powers. However, the sun is set already, and all the souls fly towards Lu, while the humans turn into stone statues. The Zodiac warriors escape the umbrella and rush to help Tom, but he refuses to fight and says that he needs to work with his heart and mind. Tom proceeds towards the necklace and finally sees the phoenix. He wins the phoenix's trust and uses its power to save humanity. However, the impact of this huge act takes away Tom's life. Mr. Hu refuses to accept it and summons the goddess Nukua. He offers a part of his soul to save Tom. They both are alive, but Mr. Hu is not as powerful as before. But Tom has gotten some of his mentor's powers and can turn into a tiger as well.